What's good, everybody? IG Live. Welcome to Cole's Boxing Corner, man. Today we got a special guest for you. He is fighting out of Michigan at flyweight. I believe it's 112. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, well,
Right?
I fight anywhere from 105 to 118.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Gotcha. So bantamweight as well. Wow.
yeah, my first two fights was at bantamweight, but I walk around 112 though.
You walk around 112? All right, so we're gonna get into all of that, man. Thank everybody for joining, man. This is a special treat. You know, we got Alonzo Sims-Ampey on live right now. Did I say your name correctly?
Yeah, you forgot the little John, but yeah.
The little time. All right. All right. So this is our first time sitting down. I know we've been going back and forth, right? Via DMs and stuff like that. And I've been following you. You actually sent me some clips, man. And you know, you're a very good fighter. But we'll get into all of that. So once again, this is our first time. So we're gonna start from the very beginning. So for those who don't know, let everyone know, like, you know, where you're from, where you grew up, and when you started boxing.
Yeah, I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan. I started boxing approximately. I just looked back. It was April 30th of last year. So we coming up to a year. Yep.
Okay, good. A year. All right, that's good, man. So what got you into boxing? Like, how did you start? Did you start when you were younger? Like, how did you start?
I always been into boxing. My dad's real big on boxing. He watched boxing a lot, but he would never let
Yeah.
me box because, he like, well, if you get hit in the head, you lose brain cells and stuff like that. And my dad a little brainiac, so, he was real strict on that. So, I did other sports like wrestling and stuff like that. I didn't really get into any like physical contact sports until like I was about 18. A
hmm
little bit of MMA, but like my first fight, they ended up backing out.
Okay.
Saw me at weigh-ins and they backed out. I was just coming off a national title in wrestling, so
Wow.
I was probably scared, but
I hear you. Like I said, man, I seen your footage, man. Who wouldn't be scared?
I was about,
So is your dad your trainer?
no, I trained with Ben Williams Jr.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, and he's out of Michigan as well?
but he's from Ben Harbor, Michigan.
Okay, all right. So Cole's Boxing Corner, we're out here in NYC, man. We out here located in Queens. So
That's great.
you know,
You ever heard of Life Camp?
no, I'm not familiar. No.
New York big, so.
Okay. Yeah, man. So that's good, man. So, you know, you got a fight coming up, right? Correct?
Yep. My
So
next
let's talk about that. Do you know who you're fighting?
my next scheduled fight, I don't actually know who I'm fighting. But
hmm
it'll be May 7th in Ben Harbor, Michigan at Orchards Mall. I was thinking about fighting on the 16th, but I ended up getting hit by a truck.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm glad that you're well though, man. I heard about that, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I got some little bumps and bruises. Like they said, it was some like muscle tissue that was bruised and stuff. But I've been back sparring already, so I'm feeling.
Oh, okay.
I just came from Planet Fitness today. Got my rounds in on the elliptical and stuff like that. So
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty good.
So ain't no accident gonna stop you from that fight, right?
Man, if I told you what I've been through the past 6 months, it'd
hmm
it'd be amazing.
Right.
Like
So are you currently signed to anyone right now in particular?
I'm signed right now.
What was that?
Yeah, I'm not signed.
Okay. So you got your record right now. Are you an amateurs or you're pro or
I'm pro right now. Uh, the,
okay?
the clip that I sent you was from my debut, and then my second pro fight.
Okay, good. Someone just tuned in and said no one could question your chin or grit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like yeah, I did, bro. Like for real, I got
Mhm.
shot 2 days after my professional fight, I got shot 3 times. You know.
What?
Yeah, I got right here.
Wow.
No cap.
Oh man.
Yep. They and I didn't even go to the hospital that day.
Oh man, that is crazy. Yeah, you
I
definitely can't question your grit, man.
I basically literally got right up. I was like, it was like 10 like I was up by 10 seconds type stuff.
Wow.
Like
So
my,
what was that situation?
basically, I don't really want to get into it much, but it
All
was
right.
just some humbug stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody robbing me really, and basically they, had the gun to me and whatnot. And it was like
Mm-hmm.
three, 4 people with guns. So one of them had it to my chest, and I really was just like, so if you don't do nothing, you're gonna be dead. So I really just knocked it out the way and slammed them, and that's when I heard the shots. And they ran after that, and
Uh-huh.
I felt my head. I was like, dang, I didn't got hit. So then I had got up and I fell, got up again, and I fell again, and I got up, and I was like, hell no, you gotta snap out of this. And then
Oh man.
I just, grabbed my backpack that fell, threw my hood on, and walked off.
Wow, that's an interesting story, man. So you seems like you got a very interesting background, man, with having to deal with all of that. You just got hit by a truck
Yeah,
and you're still right back at camp just preparing for your next fight.
you see my face
Wow.
full too,
Uh,
everything.
wow.
Well,
Oh man. Yeah, you do got a lot of grit, man, and you back in camp, like I said.
yeah.
So walk me through your fight. So how many fights do you have under your belt right now?
So I only got two professional fights. That's the only thing I never did amateurs. I was training for about 4 months before
Hmm.
first pro fight. I was training for Golden Gloves, but it didn't fall through. Like I didn't have the paperwork and stuff like that, and I really wasn't even gonna be fighting nobody out of Michigan. I was really just gonna walk to nationals,
Okay.
because it ain't nobody my weight really like that. So basically, yep, my first fight was in Sterling, Virginia, which was actually it was a crazy experience, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about
So my so I fought Brent Pierce Rodriguez. He's from like Maryland, the DMV area.
it.
He
Uh-huh.
did some amateurs, trained with some pretty high people. He sparred with Gary Russell, and I
Oh
believe
wow.
I believe he even trained and did some stuff with Sugar Ray Leonard. Um,
Okay.
at the time, the person that wrapped my hands, because my coach wasn't able to, wrap my hands. Coach Hall, that the cut man for Sean Porter, actually wrapped my hands on my first professional fight.
Really?
Yeah.
That's big time. That's a big name in the welterweight division.
So he gave me he was like, this is my special wrap. This the knockout hand. You know what I'm saying? Knockout. My man's was tough. Brent was real
Yeah.
tough. His head was hard as hell. I tell you that, boy.
Oh, so he wrapped your hand. So you a southpaw or orthodox?
I'm a switch hitter.
Oh, you're a switch hitter. Oh wow. You don't find too many switch hitters, man. So
I
tell me about that. How did you get into switch hitting?
um like so basically I got the the range from my both hands was like my granddad. Although yeah, my great granddad won Golden Gloves in Michigan, and he used to spar against Joe Louis.
Okay.
But like I never really knew him. He passed away when I was like 2 years old. But my granddad, he was did track, like fifth in the world for high jump, and coached over 50 NBA players. And one day he was telling me like, you're gonna have to start using your left hand. So I'm like, all right,
Okay.
bet, cool. So I would just like brush my teeth with my left hand. I eat with my left hand, and then I started
Yeah.
shoot with my left hand. I stand under the basket, get my form right, and I back up. And next thing you know, I was just shooting threes. You know, one day I was like, "Granddad, look, fire!" You know, so that's how I really got my left hand. I feel, I feel better, like defensively, everything from orthodox. But
hmm
one day my coach was like, cause I was like switch. I like, I like to get different angles and stuff, and throw people off. So, I was doing orthodox because, I feel good that way too. But my coach was like, yeah, you look way better southpaw. So then I just start working southpaw. But
Really?
once I got, better, he like, you look way better orthodox. So like, of them, you know what I'm saying?
That's good, man, because two of the switch hitters in current times, they're phenomenal fighters, and it's really difficult to fight against the southpaws, and southpaws trying to fight orthodox. So we got Jerron Boots Ennis and Terrence Bud Crawford, both switch hitters.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bud, man. Shout out to Bud.
All right, so who are your influences?
Right now, to be honest with you, just because of the way that my boxing career has been going,
hmm
my number one right now is probably Bud. Um,
Okay,
Other than that, I gotta go with Mayweather for sure, cause I grew up with
he's from Michigan.
Pernell Whitaker,
Ooh, Sweet Pea. All right.
Sweet Pea, and then I gotta go with a flyweight just because I gotta go with Benito Lopez. You know,
Oh, okay.
Benito Lopez
That's good.
is a dog. Like
Yeah, he's a beast. Absolutely.
he was beating the little dudes. Like he was beating. But like him, I Sugar Ray Leonard too. Also
Mhm.
another one of my favorite, like one of my top guys is Lomachenko because
No.
I love movement. Like I like footwork and everything. Like that's that has a lot to do with if you got good footwork, you can people don't know where you at. You know.
That's true. Yeah. And
So
Lomachenko's style is just like what you just described. He's don't call him the Matrix for no reason. He's all over the place, different angles. Boxing from the inside and the outside. So yeah, all of those names that you mentioned, man, are world class fighters, man. Those are good people to just tune into and just look at their fights and study their movements. So yeah, that's very good, man. So so you mentioned you had two fights, right? So your record right now is 0-2. However, don't get it twisted, right? Those two losses,
yeah.
it was controversial. So, what have you learned from those two losses?
Um. Honestly, it kind of humbled me, to be honest, because
Okay.
I wanted I wanted my first, I actually wanted to be undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to be up there with Mayweather, like on the 50-0 tip. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right, right.
I, you know, I felt like I was at that high plethora. You know, being a wrestler and stuff like that. Coming off national titles, I was already in that light. You know what I'm saying? Um,
hmm
but it kind of humbled me. It humbled me a lot, especially with my journey. And I believe my journey it has set me up to be great because you don't really have amazing boxers like that start off 0-2 and done the stuff that I've done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially in a short amount of time that I've done.
Right. I mean, you mentioned a year, so and you mentioned that it humbled you. So, and don't worry, don't let those two defeats,
Yeah.
discourage you because there's a lot of some of the greats have losses.
Like
Everyone.
Hopkins lost his first fight, but with the people that I fought, you know, it made me realize that I was great, and the people spoke to me after, like when I fought Brent Pierce, I just bring you through the fight. You know, getting ready for it. You know, I felt good. You know, the first round, it was kind of choppy. My coach hated the first round. My coach hated the first round. He so like it was maybe like a minute 30 seconds into the first round. You know, we just you know, my first fight. You know what I'm saying? 8-ounce gloves. You know, no, no headgear, everything. And you know, Brent came out ready to kill me. Like he was ready to kill me. He was throwing nothing but hooks, like hooks, just power.
Some huge haymakers, right?
Haymakers, power shots. So one of them slipped through and got me. Like he hit me, and you know I gotta, you know, it didn't really hurt, but you know it knocked me off balance because I was already off balance. You know, I was already moving, knocked me off balance, and then he came with a left into my chest, and I like fell against the ropes because I was already off balance, and everybody was like, "Oh," and I was like,
yeah, of course.
Bro, that didn't do shit to me, but like I had.
So that shot didn't hurt you at all?
No, it didn't hurt. So, but I ain't gonna lie to you, my left leg had it went to sleep a little bit because like, you know, I was off balance and stuff, but as soon as I hit the ropes, I like spun out, and that's when I realized. I was like, man, I'm in a dog fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was like, other than I was you know, I sparred with this heavyweight one time, and I kind of like, he hit me, but it didn't stun me or anything. But I was just like, damn, he really hit me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, after that, I was like, man, I'm in a dog fight. So, you know, come out, you know, second round, you know, a little bit better, you know, third round, a little bit better, fourth round, you know, I'm starting to open up, but, you know, like, third round, I ain't gonna lie, like, first fight, third round, I was just like, I ain't say nothing to my coach the whole time, the whole fight while we was in the corner or anything. Dog ass tired. I was.
Oh wow.
I was not worrying about what round it was or anything. I'm just like, I'm gonna just fight until the bell ring. I know it'll be over soon. I don't know when it's gonna be over. You know, fourth round come. You know, we just in there. You know, just, you know, working, and then, you know, about a minute or so in, I throw 4 jabs that landed. You know, most of my shots was precise. You know, when I throw, I'm hitting something every time, most of the time. So, you know, I just threw 4 jabs that connected. Pow, 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 pow. And then, you know, he came down, and something just told me, I think I was probably going for a body shot, but I had brought the hook down, and he ran right into it. Wow. Hit him. So I saw that I hurt him a little bit, and I came with a straight right. Bow! And they hit him again, you know, backed into the ropes like this. So I'm wow, just firing, right?
And that's one of the pictures, the infamous pictures I see on your page, right?
One of them, but my profile picture was actually from the second round.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it was when I was in the corner. I had threw a little combo, a little wish-wash combo, like 5-5, and then I took my side step, and then I threw it right. But yeah, so you know, that the fourth round after that, I kind of like winded down because, you know, I threw like 25 punches in like maybe like 12 seconds or something like that. I was firing them off, but I kind of, you know, got tired and, you know, backed up a little bit, and then, you know, we just worked the rest of that round. And, you know, I kind of knew that if it was gonna go to the decision, you know, I wasn't gonna get it, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was his hometown and everything, you know. But, you know, I was, you know, I took that L, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a sort of nothing like that. And, you know, I know it's not the end of the world. And, you know, I knew what happened in the ring, you know. Everybody knew what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was cool. And a lot of stuff, you know, they didn't count stats or none of that stuff. So, you know,
Okay.
I felt like if they would have counted stats, I would have definitely been up. But
So you felt like you outboxed them.
yeah, you know, I didn't get hit. I didn't really get hit. I had a little tiny knot on my face, but you know, he was welled up, you know what I'm saying? You know, he had, you know, bruises and stuff, but I basically was unscathed, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you know,
So you got the two losses. So you definitely learned from those two losses. So now the question is, you know, your fight is coming up in May. So what are the things that you're gonna do differently this time around, and what should we expect from a fan standpoint
oh,
that's actually going to see you?
I'm a lot sharper. I'm a lot sharper. I've been training with the best in the world, literally. Like, after my second pro fight, I fought Fernando Martinez, which was 11-time national champion.
Hmm.
Uh, like, you know, like you said, the fights is very controversial. I worked with a 11-time national champion. That was only 3 weeks after my fight with Brent Pierce.
Oh wow! So you didn't really take a break. You just hopped right back in.
Right back in because I wasn't hurt. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So after that, I um I ended up linking up with Keenan Carbajal. Keenan Carbajal actually picked me up from the airport when I got to Phoenix to fight for.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I actually, you know, been talking to him about going to train, but like the 2 days after I got 2 days after my second professional fight, that's when I got shot, and
Hmm.
that actually changed me. It really it made me work even harder, and it made me feel like I was a hard body because I was, you know, I was walking after it. You know what I'm saying? And I literally trained. I was training in the like a few hours later, but like I was realizing that I was, you know, I was actually hurt. You know, and I needed to just chill. And so basically, um, I was back sparring 12 days later, you know, with a swollen neck and everything. And then I actually stopped. I stopped sparring, and I healed up for like 3 weeks or so. Then I got back to it. Um, I ended up getting a fight offer to fight Ali Taha. That's under B&B. That's under Terrence Crawford. And
Yeah, I definitely heard of him. Yep.
so basically, I was like, I didn't really want to take a high profile fight like that after, you know, just, you know, being shot. I'm not, you know, fully healed and everything. So basically, you know, we got somebody else to fight uh Ali, and you know, we went there, but I told myself, I was like, man, that's an opportunity I can't miss. I gotta go. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
I grabbed my bag and we hit the road. You know what I'm saying? And so we ended up hitting the road, and shout out to my boy, the Hunter that just hopped in. He fought Lolo. You know, we got a little controversial fight with Lolo too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hit his
Mhm.
head about 4 times when he put his knee down. But yeah, so we went there, and while that was during American's training camp. You know,
Oh, okay.
you know, so basically I'm there and I'm watching Americans spar, and
American hands is fast, man.
and
He's
man, yeah, they was, and I'm sitting here watching them spar, and you know, Bernie, you know, Terrence Crawford, man was like, you know, you look like you sad, you look like you down, you want to spar? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to spar. You know, being at the time, I probably was about a good 118. You know, I was drinking and
Okay.
like, you know, I wasn't watching what I was eating I mean, I'm cognizant of what I eat. I eat healthy and stuff. Like I don't eat meat. You know, I eat real healthy type stuff. But
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what's your training regimen like? Do you stick with a meal plan? And you mentioned that you walk around at bantamweight, but then you fight at flyweight. So how do you know
I'm
make weight? How do you cut the weight?
around 112 right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I ended up I don't eat any meat. I eat a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, black bean burgers, veggie grillers, stuff like that. Yeah, very organic, very natural, you know. I don't drink pop. I either drink 100% juice or water or aloe.
Okay.
Um,
Aloe is very good, man.
you know, like I use I don't use honey. I use agave nectar, blue agave.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so I eat very very healthy, you know. So
And that's good, man, because part of being an athlete, a pro athlete, you got to take care of your body.
yeah,
So
I even
that's
smoked
foremost.
before the fight. My first two professional fights, I smoked right before the fights. Like I, I was in the ring high as hell.
Oh man, that's a no-no, man. You gotta. So I'm sure that's one thing you're gonna change, right, for your next fight in May.
Stopped smoking. I stopped smoking, and man,
Good.
like I didn't know it was gonna be a difference because I've always did it like since I was like 8 years old, type stuff. You know, like
Wow, 8 years
I,
old.
I won my title high as hell. Like
Wow.
you know, but
But being pro is a whole different league, man. And you mentioned before in your fight, you seemed after the third round you were fatigued. So, maybe that has a lot to do with it. So, like I said, man, you gotta, God, you gotta look at it this way too. God gave you a second chance, right? So you got shot, you got well, actually more than two chances, right? You got shot, you done got hit by a truck. You know what I'm saying? You still here and you went right back in the training camp, right? So that shows your grit, man, and your toughness. So you got to trust me, I'm a huge boxing fan, right? I've never been in a pro fight or anything like that, but I study boxing, right? So you got to take care of your body, man. That's first and foremost.
yep, I haven't smoked in about month and a half, probably. Like
Okay.
I just, and on top of that, like I'm actually really defying odds right now because in early 2020, I ended up getting diagnosed with a severe mitral valve. What's that called? Heart murmur.
Oh wow.
So they was, they was
And that's tough being a pro athlete, having a heart murmur.
like,
So,
you're looking at open heart surgery and yada yada yada.
hmm
Lift more than 10 pounds. I'm like, I can't lift more than 10 pounds. I normally do 300 push-ups a day, and I go run miles. Never passed out or anything. So what are you talking about? Like, what
right.
do you mean I can't lift more than 10 pounds? Like I can't lift my school bag. Like
hmm
I can't lift my niece. Like you know. But I didn't really listen to him, and I got to like the last stage of where I was getting ready, to do open heart surgery, and the doctor was like, "Look, man, if you get open heart surgery now, you're gonna be getting open heart surgery for the rest of your life, every few
Right.
years." And he was like, "Man, you're good. Go back to doing what you was doing." So I got back.
Right. And plus, you're still young too. So, and it all goes back to taking care of your body. So, for those who don't know, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Okay. All right. Yeah, you gotta start taking care of your body, man. That time is gonna creep up behind you before you know it. You're 30 and 35.
And that's the crazy thing. But like my dad played semi-pro in his 50s, and
Wow.
I take care of my body way better than he do. Like I don't eat no meat. I work out often. I work out every day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm real. Like I'm always, even if I wasn't in the sport like that, I bike everywhere. I
Okay.
when I was training for my fights, I had busted my IT bands, so I wasn't able to run. So
Mm-hmm.
bike from my home to my college, I bike about 10 miles to my college,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll go train after school, and then I'll bike back home another 10. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Uh, and then I'll go run after I got home. Like I do jump rope and stuff like that. And then that's when I busted my IT bands because I was running like 5 miles a day, and I was running fast because I don't get tired easy, and I wasn't sweating type stuff. So like my coach really hate that I don't sweat either.
He probably think that you're not working hard enough, right? Because that's what.
Facts.
Oh man, but so man, so you got shot, got hit by a truck, you got an injury. That's some a lot of stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are joining us right now, again, we're sitting here with Alonzo, man, professional fighter out from Michigan. And thank you guys for tuning in for Cole's boxing corner. Let's lay off boxing for a bit. I want to switch gears for a bit. So besides boxing, what are some of your hobbies? What if you weren't a boxer, what would you be doing?
Oh well, I do music professionally also. Like the name before my IG got clapped by the API system. I had 14K on IG before they started, messing with my accounts, but I got disabled at 12,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a few songs. I got some unreleased stuff with artists named Bando Pop and Lil Baby. But
Okay.
I got a song that's released right now with a very well known artist out of Atlanta. His name is Daryl Bailey. We got a song together called "Come Together," and I also produced that song with Jake Mark, who also got songs with like Gunna and a lot
Wow.
of known artists. So I do music. I performed. I've been performing since I was a child, like 6, 7 years old. Been performing. I've been musically inclined since I was, could talk. They told me before I could really like talk. I was making my own rhymes, running around the house. Got older brothers and older uncles that do music and stuff like that. So
So are you an artist and a producer?
and look, I'm telling you, I got everything with me right now. Right now, like
Uh-huh.
I got everything.
So when you're not in the boxing gym, you're actually in the studio.
Yep, facts. I got like
Nice.
I ended up making a song after I got shot too.
Oh.
I was right in
Oh,
the studio because I couldn't buy. I was like, shit, I'm finna get in the studio. I can move around. I'm in the studio.
right. Yeah. So let's go back to and audience, feel free to drop questions, whatever questions you have for Alonzo, man, feel free to go ahead and ask. So let's just go back into the boxing. So we got a fight May 7th, is it?
Yep, May 7th.
May 7th in Michigan, right?
In Harvard, Michigan. Be first time I'm home.
Oh, okay, all right. So that you got to put on a show. So where can people tune in to see the fight? We would be able to watch it live somewhere. Is it going to be streaming somewhere?
Be able to stream it. I also I've been talking to a few other streaming sites myself. Like I believe they're called Fight Night TV.
Okay, I've heard of them. Yeah.
So I've been talking to them through via DM. So we work on doing that, and I don't know exactly what Ben has going on with the streaming services, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be streamed too. So yeah, we tap in. We'll have a like streaming link up, hopefully. Other than that, it'll be at the Orchards Mall, May 7th. Everything starts 6, 7 o'clock.
So people will be able to get tickets, right? Where would they be able to get tickets from?
So I think it might be on Eventbrite.
Okay.
But we also have our own tickets because it's a home show, and we got pretty big names on the card. Like we got Tipton Walker, that's 8-0 right now.
Okay.
And then other than that, we got our whole team on the card. We got somebody named Anthony that fought out of TMT.
Oh, the money team.
Yep. He a dog at 135. I guarantee you he going rounds with any 135. Any
Really?
135. Facts. Fact.
Mm-hmm.
He hit like a truck.
So you sparred with him before?
Oh yeah. He was
Okay.
one of the main people that get me ready for my fights. That's why I'm not worried about getting hit by nobody, my size or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts. Thank you. Appreciate it. Like, uh like I get hit by him, I get hit by my coach, it's like 200 plus pounds. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I get in there, anybody that I work with is bigger than me most of the time. Yeah, no. Facts. Everybody that I've worked with has been bigger.
Uh-huh.
There's nobody.
Well, that'll prepare you for getting hit because you remember Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get hit. So
So,
once you could take a hit, man, you should be able to
and
keep going.
I don't plan on getting hit. I don't really like to get hit because
Okay.
when I first started off, it'd be like times where I couldn't hit somebody or like I get hit and I literally snap back like crucial. Like one of my best sparring partners, his name is Marcus Decamp. He highly uh thought about amateur fighter right now. He turning pro soon.
Mm-hmm.
But he walk around like 125 and he quick like he like as far as my size, he's like the best competition that I got for sparring, and we kind of like bite back at each other every year in
Mm-hmm.
spar. So being like sparring with him and sparring with Niall Jackson, he's out of our camp too right now, 1-0. He got that big knockout, big upset at Terrence Crawford show. Got that big upset. Um, but sparring with them, and then the Hunter, Colin, I spar with him too. He about 135, 140, 145. Also, I think what really made me realize how good I am was when I was sparring during the American training camp against Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
I looked back at the footage and I was moving, I was pivoting, but I was on edge though. I was really on edge because he wasn't playing with me like like the first few seconds. Like he was like, and it was probably him just working. That's how how he worked. But to me, it was like fire coming behind them boys. Like he hit me where I was like I was blocking, but I would get backed up. So I'm like, oh, he trying to kill me. Like I gotta
Head off.
sharp.
Yeah.
So
So you don't spar with lightweights, junior welterweights,
heavyweight.
um, heavyweights. Wow, that's crazy. So what's next for you, man? What do you have plans on moving up? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now in boxing?
Oh, 5 years from now, I see myself with a few straps. Few straps.
Okay.
I'm trying to, I know I got that grit and I got that shine to be at 118. I already proved myself at 118. You know what I'm saying? Especially against high profile people that I fought, and that's only 4 months in the boxing. I was not nearly
Wow.
as sharp as I am now.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 years, 5 years from now, I'm gonna be even sharper because I haven't had that ring experience. I've literally only stepped in the ring less than 10 times.
Wow.
Even with
Yeah.
sparring, like we don't spar in a ring, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I see myself with a few straps. I really want to go 105, 108, 112, 150,
Okay.
118. Go 105, vacate it. 108, vacate.
You're gonna vacate. So you plan on moving up?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all.
And-
I'm trying to get, and then on top of that, with America, we don't have anybody that was 105 that's like was real prominent. You know what I'm saying? with belts, you know, title belts. Like, if I think it might have been one person that had got a belt like at 108, but that was like early like 2000, like early 2000s, late 90s type stuff.
Right.
But you know, they don't talk about the little weights. You know,
That's true because everyone talk right now. They talk about the glamour division, which is the welterweight, and of course heavyweights. Heavyweights in boxing. That's at one point, man. Heavyweight was the division that was just carrying boxing,
and the thing,
right?
you know, is like with Finito, like a lot of people was, you know, basically saying like he was like one of the best pound for pound fighters, and you know, he was telling him
Yeah.
he don't really put himself in that, you know, but I'm trying to be one of that lightweight that's on pound for pound list.
Okay.
Still, if I go 105, win a title, then 108, win a title, 112, win a title, you gotta put me on pound for pound list.
Oh yeah, absolutely. At that point, if you win them titles in those weight classes, you're definitely gonna be, pound for pound, maybe Ring Magazine, you name it.
And the fact that, you know, I got like the people that I spar with even be like, you hit too hard, like you're hitting me like too hard. So, and I'd be like, look, I'm not even hitting you hard. So like
Mm.
I spar in 18 ounces, you know, just so I can get that work. So when I'm in those 8 ounces, I'm gonna be a lot quicker, be a lot sharper. I'm gonna hit harder. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, like, you know, 105s, they don't get knockouts. They be, you know, TKOs sometimes, but you know,
Uh-huh.
they normally go the distance. You know, I'm not going the distance because I hit like a truck.
So,
I bench press over 175.
oh really? Oh wow.
So
Okay. At your weight, yeah, definitely. That's huge. So I want you to send a message for everyone that think that your two losses, they look at you as, oh, he lost two fights. Let them know, what they can expect. Let them know that it still ain't sweet.
yeah, you definitely especially with me being in the ring, and you can ask the people that I fought. Like, you know, me and Brent got a real good relationship, but you know, after the bell run, you know, they came up to me, hugged me, like bro,
Okay.
you dope. And the Fernando that had over 165 amateur fights, 11-time national champion, he said the pro game definitely different than amateurs, and that was my second pro. That was only my second fight ever.
Right, right.
For him to say that, on top of that, and I was only been boxing for 4 months. Hey,
Yeah.
let y'all know.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm.
And like I said, I was fortunate enough, one of the few that were able to see the footage,
Yeah,
and you show a lot of potential, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to all your fights, man. I'm a fan. I'll definitely be tapped in. I'll be tuned in. You just know that you always have a home here at Cole's Boxing Corner.
facts, and that like,
So are we gonna go ahead? I'm sorry.
and but I'm saying like, yeah, you know, and I'm gonna say this too, with, you know, people that don't think I got power.
Uh-huh.
Both of my opponents felt it for sure,
Hmm.
and you know, Fernando. No disrespect to my boy, but in that fourth round, you seen it. He grabbed
I did, yeah.
times after I hit him, and them was only
Hmm.
someone was only nicks, and I wasn't as sharp as I am now, not even as powerful, because like I said, I had IT band issues. Now my IT bands is stronger. I've been going to therapy.
Wait. And you were high. That's right.
Now I'm not. Like it,
Right.
it's a whole other monster. Like I'm learning myself as a boxer. You know,
Good.
I'm finding
Good.
my range is a lot better. You know,
Mhm.
so my cardio crazy. My cardio crazy. I can work out all day. Like it's Ramadan right now. I just came from the gym earlier. I did 33 minutes on the elliptical, and I did like 6.2 miles, and I was like 25 miles per hour on the elliptical. Like I'm going 25 miles per hour on the elliptical, and my heart rate was only at 180. Like,
oh wow,
wasn't even tired. So like, know that
you a beast, man.
them 12 rounders, knowing that y'all gonna be hurt. Y'all, yeah. Them 12, when I get to them 12 round fights, that's when championship Zoke animal come out for real. And it's gonna be, I'm telling you, it's gonna be deadly for these people at 105, 108, 112, 115, 118, that'll be in later years. I probably plan on going like 118 in, few years, because it's some tough competition at 118. 118, there's some dogs at 118. Like,
Yeah, I believe it.
I think highly of myself, but like, we got some dogs. Like even like with Gary Russell, I even talked to Gary Russell, Antonio Jr. the 118. The bantamweight. I talked about going to train with him. I speak to him a little bit to go train with him. But like,
yeah, Gary Russell is a beast, man.
oh,
He's a dog.
I
Very skilled fighter too.
watched his one of his fights, and like he threw like, I think it was like 1,000 some punches. I was like,
Yeah, his work rate is serious.
crazy.
Oh man.
And even though
So let me before we get out of here, man, we gotta get some predictions for you. There's a lot of fights that's coming up. And I know you're a professional fighter. You're also a fan of boxing as well, just by talking to you. So I want to know your thoughts on this Errol Spence versus your Danis Ugas fight. Who you got? Who you got taking?
Errol Spence. I got Errol Spence.
All right. Let me ask you a tough one. You ready?
Go ahead.
If this fight were to happen, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, who you got and why?
I got Bud.
You got Bud? Why?
Bud, he a different breed. Bud a different breed, and like being in the ring with somebody is way different.
Yeah.
Like Errol Spence, tough, but I'm gonna have to go with Bud because not even just personally knowing him. Like the way that he worked, the way that he carry himself, he a dog. He's a literal dog. Like even the people that he fought will tell you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bud ain't nothing to play with, especially like Errol Spence too. But I feel Bud a lot stronger, and he adapt better.
Okay.
And like you said, he a switch hitter. He can go any which way. His IQ is like no other.
Yeah, I've heard a lot, man. Cause I've been asking around, a lot of people, about their predictions, and let's just say if the fight were to come to fruition, who would they have, and also a lot of different fighters, and they all said that his ring IQ, man, Terrence Crawford, his ring IQ is like second to none, man. So yeah, you're right about that. So one more question for you. So one more so you're familiar with Jaron Ennis?
Yeah, Boots. Yeah.
Okay, so he's a switch hitter too. So let's go with one switch hitter against another switch hitter. So Terrence Crawford versus Boots Ennis. Who you got?
Crawford.
Okay.
My man, Crawford. He gonna go down definitely as one of the best. He's definitely one of the best now. But these next few fights gonna solidify him being one of the greatest of all time. Honestly, You know, I think you what 38-0 right now.
Yeah, I believe so.
38-0, like, you know, he finished these.
Yeah, he got knockouts in his last 6 years. Like he knocked out everybody he faced in the last 6 years.
So
Oh, that's huge. That's very telling in itself. So
facts.
right.
So he definitely.
Now, before we get out of here again, man, thank everybody for tuning into Cole's Boxing Corner. Follow the IG page, Cole's Boxing Corner, and the YouTube. Please like, subscribe on our YouTube channel, Cole's Boxing Corner. We have some footage up there, man, some great boxing content. So go ahead and subscribe today. It costs you nothing. You know, again, Alonzo, before we get out of here, let everybody know where they can find you, man, on all platforms.
Yep, on all platforms. My IG is Kalamazoo Animal, KALAMAZZO Animal, and I also got Twitter. Is Kalamazoo Animal too, but I don't use that one. My main one is the one that I use for music is LozNolamC, LozNolamC. I'm at 97,000 on Twitter right now. Give me the
Okay.
K, give me to 100K.
All right, we gonna definitely push that, man. Going forward, like I said, man, you're a family now to the show. We're gonna support you as much as we can. If you ever need anything, man, reach out to me. You already know.
All right, for sure.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Once again, man, be tuning at for Alonzo's fight May 7th out in Michigan, man.
Yep.
All right, peace out.
Make sure you save it too. Send it to me.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, man. So that was dope, man. Thanks again, man, for everybody who tuned into this live today. You know, he's a very talented fighter. He's fresh in the game. He only has 2 professional fights in his career thus far. But he has a lot of potential, and you know, he learned from his losses. He's been through a lot in his life. You know, he talked about being shot, being hit by a truck recently. So yeah, man, it's a good it makes good content for what I know what he could become.